I was 9 years old when I wrote my first song. I was at my best friend's house. We were having a sleepover. You go in that room and I'll write one, and you go in that room and I'll write the other. And we came back and we shared it with each other, and mine was actually kind of good. My name is Lainey Wilson. I am a country music singer-songwriter, and I am from Baskin, Louisiana. When you're from a town of 180-something people, there's not a lot to do except sit around the kitchen table and hear the same old stories that you've been hearing for years. And the next time you hear it, it seems like you kind of hear it from a different angle than you did before, and the kind of stories that make you laugh and cry and want to drink a beer. And I just remember how those stories never got old. Being from Northeast Louisiana, country music was more than a genre. It was a way of life, and we eat, sleep, and breathe it. So it was kind of only natural for me to want to tell stories and make them country. The songwriting process is different for a lot of people, but no matter what, for me, it always starts with an idea. One of my favorite lyrics on Whirlwind, the record, is actually from the song Whirlwind. I really enjoyed writing the song. I got to write it with two of my best friends. We like to call ourselves the Heart Wranglers. I wrote Heart Like a Truck with them, and a lot of songs on Bell Bottom Country as well as the Whirlwind record. I was one set of tracks 1,000,000 miles an hour, but 2 Palominos is more horsepower. And to me, that can mean a lot of different things, but I think about keeping your people close. Like, I do feel like an independent, strong person, but I think it is very important to keep those people who love you for you, and those people who have your best interest at heart, to keep those people close and not be scared to lean on them when you need them. We went about Whirlwind a lot different than we did Saying What I'm Thinking and Bell Bottom Country. We kind of just dove in head first, not knowing what the name of this record was going to be, and it kind of just had to hit us.
Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson.
And the Grammy goes to Lainey Wilson.
To invite you to be an official member of the Grand Ole Opry.
So my life the last few years has been a whirlwind. That's the word that keeps coming up. That's the word I keep saying, hearing from strangers. I'll open a book and I'll see the word whirlwind. It was just kind of no denying that that needed to be the name of the record. I wanted to write what was real to me in the moment. I knew that I wanted to share a side of me that I really hadn't been able to genuinely share. That's some happy, healthy relationship songs from a strong woman's point of view about having a good man in her life that just makes her life better. So there's a song on the record called Countin' Chickens. Tranny started this song and brought it to Josh Keir and said, I've got this idea called Countin' Chickens. And he's like, oh no, that sounds like a terrible idea. And actually when they brought it to me and they said, we've got this song started, it's called Countin' Chickens, I thought, well, that sounds really corny. But once we formed the melody, it kind of just feels like a classic country song. Because they ain't even hatched yet, but my eggs are in one basket. Yeah, I'm loving counting chickens with you. I love a play on words, flipping things in a way that you're like, man, that like it kind of is weird when you read it down. Singing about something corny, but it's not. It's just like a fresh, new, fun way to say, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And with the production of the song and stuff, it just kind of makes sense. I wanted to work with Jay Joyce because he's Jay Joyce, and because everything that I heard on the radio that I was drawn to, he did it. And I feel like since we've done multiple records together, it seems like our communication with each other just keeps getting better. And I feel like I can tell him what I'm envisioning, and he can put that magic sauce on it and make it into something that I wasn't even expecting. My band got to play on this record, and it's almost like we knew what was missing without ever even talking about it, because we've played so many shows since Bell Bottom Country. I think it's about working with people that kind of know you better than you know yourself at times.
What makes for a good co-writer's room?
I feel like I always am just looking for a good hang, a good vibe. Truthfully, like, I don't have to be the best songwriter in the world. Honestly, I've written songs with people who, on paper, are the best songwriters in the world, and they're not that great of a hang. And so I think it's just about the vibe and the energy in the room. I just have so much fun writing songs with my friends, because you can laugh and joke and cut up. Even if you're writing a song about a heartbreak, you can always find something to make funny. One of the most fun songs that I've ever gotten a chance to help write, I wanted to have a song on this record that kind of showed my speaking voice, because I think a lot of times people hear this coming out of my mouth and they think that cannot be real. So I had to give it to the people, whether they wanted it or not. I took it to the back, I took it to the front, I took it wherever the hell I want. And I got to really kind of step into the shoes of a character that really has a sassy side, and I felt like I've been this character before, I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta hear the song to hear the whole story. When I was writing that line right there, that's truly like the first thing that just kind of came out of my mouth, and I was like, that really don't make any sense at all, but that's kind of the point. We couldn't stop laughing, and especially when we got to the bigger nuts than a redneck squirrel part, that one had us cackling. I don't even know what a redneck squirrel is, but it sounded cool. It's a cat.
It's a feral cat.
I feel like every song is different, and that's the cool thing about songwriting for me. I think it kind of just depends on where you're at, what room you're in, who are you writing with, how did you wake up feeling that day, and that's why songwriting keeps me on my toes. Writing and recording this project, it just gave me peace during a time that my life was really changing. It kind of brought me home, I guess you could say, when I was nowhere near home, and I found a little bit of peace within that chaos and within my whirlwind. And my goal, my hope is for other people to hear this music and feel that same way, because we all kind of have our own version of a whirlwind, whether that's good or bad. I mean, nothing really ever stays the same.